Why is there so much pressure around losing your virginity and the pressure around first times?
Right? So whether it's about intercourse, whether it's your first time, whether it's about breaking the hymen, there are so many things which could be used to define virginity. Sometimes there are myths and misconceptions, so people fear that, oh, is it going to hurt? The first time is supposed to hurt, is what a lot of people think. And along with that, sometimes there could be, fears with regards to getting pregnant or having sexually transmitted infections. For women, losing virginity before marriage probably was, surrounded with a lot of stigma.
Welcome to the Pleasure Principle. This is where we understand the science, the soul, and sass of intimacy. And this week, we're going to talk about the first times and the fear around it. Dr. Mansi joining me as usual. Dr. Mansi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Jyotika.
Dr. Mansi, tell me something. Why is there so much pressure around losing your virginity and the pressure around first times?
Yeah, so I think the pressure is very much real when it comes to the first time. It's because of a lot of factors. Firstly, a lot of times it's seen as this watershed moment where you're going from teenage into adulthood, and that's why youngsters feel that, okay, this is like a mark of manhood or a mark of womanhood. Because of that could be a lot of pressure. Secondly, because a lot of people think that it sets the precedent for your future sexual intimacy or your future life, right? So that's not completely true, but a lot of time it's perceived that your first time has to be kind of perfect, or it has to be this benchmark which you're going to set.
It's like the first day of the year. If the first day of the year is nice, the rest of the year will be nice. So if the sex first time is good, then it's going to be good for the rest of the life.
That's a very valid thought process, but it's not completely accurate, but it's out there. So
Right.
Probably because of these factors, first time is perceived as something very big, very momentous. And what also happens is that a lot of youngsters like to brag about it, that, okay, we are not a virgin anymore. And that is why it kind of becomes like a very big moment for them. So there's peer pressure around it as well.
Is losing virginity still a concept, or it is something that we have made up?
Well, it is a concept which was culturally made up, actually. So medically speaking, there isn't any one definition of virginity. Culturally, it's a concept that has been going on for ages. And, the definition of it kind of is very not fixed. It kind of keeps changing, right? So whether it's about intercourse, whether it's your first time, whether it's about breaking the hymen, there are so many things which could be used to define virginity. So yeah, it's definitely a social construct that we have created. It's fading away more and more, but it still does exist in certain parts.
So tell me, what are the most common fears or factors that cause anxiety to the youth when it comes to losing their virginity or having sex for the first time?
There are lots and lots of them, and I think it varies from individual to individual, but a few common ones are definitely about, how they're going to come across to their partner, right? Whether I'm going to perform well or whether it's going to be a good experience for my partner. This is something that's a very common fear. Also, along with this, there could be fears of, whether I'm going to enjoy it. Sometimes there are myths and misconceptions, so people fear that, oh, is it going to hurt? The first time is supposed to hurt, is what a lot of people think. And along with that, sometimes there could be, fears with regards to getting pregnant or having sexually transmitted infections.
Also, I'm assuming some body image issues, right?
Oh, very big, very big. Like, so that's what I said, that how will I come across to my partner? So, my body odor or, just my general appearance, whether, is it something that I should be ashamed of or am I going to be made fun of for?
And a lot of these fears are unrealistic, right? And they're set by TV, by pop culture, by porn, even reading. So how do you overcome these fears that are unrealistic in nature?
So the first thing we need to understand that the way media depicts the first time or the media depicts intimacy is not completely accurate. Their goal is not educational, their goal is entertainment, right? So they're going to probably have exaggerated intimacy scenes, or they're going to make it look like this perfect encounter where, you're both kind of in sync and you're coming like orgasming or climaxing at the same time. So all of these are like very unnatural and unreal things. Most of the times your first time being intimate is going to be a little awkward, you're going to be a little shy, it might even be a little uncomfortable. So if that's what you're experiencing, you need not kind of worry about it. There's a lot of correct information and right information available. So take your information from the right sources and don't let kind of media or, pictorial depictions guide you when it comes to your first time.
And what role does peer pressure play when, young adults end up doing it early or losing their virginity early only because it is expected?
So peer pressure plays a very big role. So like we discussed that, younger generations sometimes want to brag about it, that, okay, I've already done it. And they might, in their cockiness sometimes actually make fun of someone who has not yet lost their virginity.
This reminds me of the Madhavan movie Aap Jaisa Koi, because he's a virgin till he's like, 40 or 45 in the movie. And it's his biggest fear. He doesn't want Fatima Sana Sheikh to find out because he thinks that she'll make fun of him or she'll break up with him or whatever.
Yeah. So it's a very valid thing, or it's a very true thing that, people sometimes are afraid and they're kind of conscious about this. And that's why they kind of feel this pressure to lose their virginity as early as possible. But what I want to say is that a good experience, no matter how late in life, is much, much better than actually a bad experience just out of peer pressure or, out of wanting to fit in.
How does age impact the perception? And is there really something as being too late?
So age is just a number, right? When it comes to a lot of other things also, like it's literally just a number. There isn't like a perfect age for your first time. You need to understand. So as long as you are mentally and physically ready for it, that's the right time. Different people will have their first experience, their first intimate moment at different ages, and that, all experiences are valid. But what happens is that, if I'm a little older, or if I'm perceiving that social and mental pressure that, oh, I am still a virgin, I have not lost my virginity, I've not had it for the first time, then that kind of puts additional pressure. It makes me much more conscious when I'm trying to be intimate for the first time probably, and then that's going to become a barrier. So I might be more uncomfortable.
It almost sounds like people think of it as cycling. If you don't learn it early in life, then later in life you'll not be able to learn it.
Very true, very true. But like we said, that age is just a number. You can learn it, or you can actually have your experience at any age.
So when it comes to experiencing virginity, is it different for men and women and people of other sexual orientation?
Definitely. So virginity as a concept largely revolved around women, right? That, women lose their virginity. Nobody talks about men losing their virginity as much. So, and it's also like, for men, losing virginity, if we talk about it, is like a mark of adulthood, or like, your manliness, your masculinity. So it's something to brag about or something to kind of be proud of. But for women, losing virginity before marriage probably was, surrounded with a lot of stigma. So you're not supposed to do it before marriage, or you've lost your character if you're not a virgin anymore. So this is like a broad general difference that we have in terms of the concept of virginity for men and women. For different sexual orientations, sometimes there's a lot of confusion as to what counts as losing your virginity, right? Because you might have different kinds of sexual experiences. Some might be consensual, some might not be consensual, some might be explorational. So at that time there's a lot of confusion as to what counts as losing my virginity.
And for young adults, are there any signs which can help them understand that they're ready to lose their virginity or have sex for the first time?
So when you've actually been, in a comfortable space, when you are actually doing it out of, wanting to do it rather than just out of the peer pressure or feeling that, oh, I need to do it to kind of fit in or be cool, or everyone else around me has kind of done it and so I need to do it. So having that comfort zone, that safe space with your partner, and then doing it with mutual consent is something that makes it a little good for you.
And what is the kind of advice that you can give somebody who's had a traumatic experience or a bad experience in the past but now wants to move forward?
So I think it's very important to understand that if you've had a bad experience, then there is healing which is possible. So reach out for help. Your first experience or your traumatic experience need not define all your future experiences. It's possible to kind of have positive experiences, but you do need to take help for it sometimes.
And what role can partners play in making the first time special?
That's an interesting question, right? So you need to be in sync with your partner, like understand what level they are of comfort at, and also talking to them about it. So it's very important that if it's your first time, talk about what their apprehensions are, and also kind of sometimes trying to be a bit emotionally vulnerable and expressing your own apprehensions, so that puts them in the comfort space. Talking about consent, talking about what is okay, what is not okay, all of these things can help kind of make it more comfortable and a fun experience. And remember, if you are kind of sensing any form of hesitancy, then don't push. Like I said, a good experience at any point of time is much, much better than a bad experience done just out of peer pressure.
I want to understand, what role can parents, teachers, educators, and the society at large play for young adults, especially because, while we're assuming that one of the partners might be experienced, in a lot of cases, both the partners might not be
Yes.
experienced and they won't know how to deal with it.
Yes.
So how does the society come into play here?
So I think we need to talk about it. There's not a lot of comfort zone which exists when it comes to parents or adults talking about the first time that their children and their teenagers might be going through. So talking about it, sometimes even sharing your personal anecdotes that, how it was awkward or clumsy, or, it felt like so silly for the first time when you did it, or how much pressure you felt to do it, but then you kind of realized that you were not ready or your partner was not ready and you didn't actually do it. So making this environment or this culture of talking about it is something very important, I would say.
Do you think the young adults today are a lot more informed because of the internet? And does that add to the pressure?
Well, it's a double-edged sword. So yes, there's a lot of information out there, and there is a lot of cultural shift that is happening when it comes to the concepts of losing virginity or intimacy. So the younger adults definitely have a lot more information, but along with that, they also kind of fall prey to a lot of myths and misconceptions that are out there.
So if there are any young adults watching the episode and you had to give them one message to make it enjoyable for the first time that they do it, what would that message be?
I think it would be something that I've been saying, that a good experience at any age is much better than a bad experience done purely out of peer pressure or the need to fit in. So don't look at it as a race. Go according to your own desires and your own timeline.
The one thing that we talk about on the pleasure principle all the time is the fact that pleasure, intimacy, and sex is not a one size fits all. Everybody feels it differently, experiences it differently, and might experience it at a different stage in life. Like Dr. Mansi keeps saying, talk to your partner, make sure that the two of you are comfortable, both of you have given your consent, and enjoy it, irrespective of whether you do it in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or whenever the time is right. If you have any questions about losing your virginity or doing it for the first time for yourself or somebody else, do let us know in the comment section, or you can WhatsApp us. Our number is 9833 943 943. We'll be back with yet another episode next week. So keep listening to The Pleasure Principle on 94.3 Radio 1 and keep watching the episodes right here on YouTube. Thank you.
94.3 Radio 1.